All right, we are going live, ladies. So make sure you mute your lines. It is 8:30. Let's pump up the jam. Let's do this. We are live on Facebook. Let me just confirm it, like always, if you're watching. Yep, we are. All right. Welcome everybody to our May sneak peek into Beachbody coaching. Happy May 1st. Happy Taurus birthday month to my sister. Had to say it. It's like a big deal around these parts. My name's Christina Delgado, and I'm gonna be the facilitator of this sneak, but definitely not the host, because I have my amazing coach and big sister Becky Brose on the call, one of my Rockstar PS coaches, Teresina, on the call, and then Becky has one of her Rockstar PS coaches, Jennifer Campos. She's our new coach success story that's going to be sharing her story in just a little bit. But tonight is a sneak peek into the business that we are in. But it's more than just the business. It's really this overall family community of health, fitness, wellness, positivity, and everything in between. For me, I became a coach 8.5 years ago, and it's literally changed my life in every single way. And I think as you go through this sneak peek and obviously talk to the coach that invited you here, you'll understand that this is so much more than just, fitness programs and a shake. And it's so much more than just a business too. There's a lot of facets of coaching. And I hope that by the end of tonight, you will feel inspired. You will understand what this is about, what it's not about, so that you can take a leap of faith. And so I'm going to ask you as we start this sneak peek, and we're going to try to get in and out as quickly as possible. Respect your time here, because we know we are all busy. We're all moms, dads, everything in between. That we're going to try to get through this quickly. But what I do want you to do is to allow yourself in the next hour or so to think a little bit differently for your life, to dream a little bit bigger for your life. Tap into those dreams that you had when you were a little kid that you now feel are so far-fetched. Tap into those feelings, because while we cannot guarantee anybody's success, you'll understand that you can change certain situations in your life that you're experiencing now with this opportunity, because each of us have done that, and we want to showcase that. So just a little bit more about me. When I became a coach, I had two little ones. Marley was 2, DJ was 4 months old. Still am. I always say I was married. I still am married to my high school sweetheart, Danny, and I was a practicing attorney. I was a medical malpractice litigator in a big firm here in Miami, Florida, and I loved being a lawyer. Like, if you were to go back in my life to that time period when I was graduating from law school and getting my job and getting into the courtroom and wearing the suits and all of that stuff, I loved it. You can ask my sister. It was just who I identified myself as. But there was something really, 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 really big missing in my life, and that was health and fitness. My sister and I had always been into health and fitness. Well, I shall say not so much health, but fitness. We used to go to the gym a lot. And then we started, having the kids and having these busy careers, and we just didn't have the time anymore. Myself, and I'm not going to tell her story, but speaking for myself, I had like zero motivation to eat healthy. I didn't eat vegetables. I smoked a pack of cigarettes a day. Like, I was the walking, talking picture of not being healthy. But I always had a desire to be healthy. I just didn't know how to do it. I didn't understand how someone that was an attorney, that had babies at home, that had a household to run, could be healthy, could get to the gym, could exercise. I just didn't understand. But Becky, she did it, and I saw her do it with P90X and then Insanity, and she stumbled on the Beachbody coaching opportunity, got signed up, and then said, hey, I know you're busy and all of that stuff, but there's a shake and I want you to drink this shake. So my story actually doesn't really start with the fitness aspect, because our commute, I didn't have time. I know that excuse. We all use it all the time, but I use that excuse. Like, I ran that thing up a flagpole because it really was fleeting. Like, I didn't have time. So I thought, right? But I did have time to make a shake, and I did have time to do that. And so I bought into Shakeology, but I didn't just buy the shake. I bought into the lifestyle. I bought into making it work for me. You know, I don't drink chocolate. I don't like chocolate. And the only other flavor of Shakeology we had at that time was greenberry. So imagine this girl that doesn't eat vegetables now having to drink a green shake every single day, but I didn't care because I wanted it so bad. I wanted to be healthy so bad that I just did it. And so fast forward from that decision, because that's what I did. I just made a decision to be successful with Shakeology. I lost 30 pounds within the first 3 months, baby weight, of course, baby weight. 6 months, fast forward from there, it was another 30 pounds, 60 pounds total. And I just became a different person. And it was around that time that Becky said, come with me to this Beachbody event. And now you have to understand, super skeptical of businesses like this. Being a lawyer, trained to be skeptical. What is that pyramid scheme you're inviting me to do? Like all that stuff ran through my head. But when I sat in that room that day, and I'll never forget, it was January 11th, literally the day my life changed completely. I felt the difference, the Beachbody difference. I saw the transformations. I saw people in front of me that had lost 60, 70, 80 pounds. Now, even though I didn't have that weight to lose, I could still see how this stuff like impacted profoundly people's lives. And I was like, this is insane. And then I heard the success on the business side, and I was like, this is insane. Like, what is going on here? And I'm, sitting here, an attorney, seemingly on the outside looking in, successful. For every, if you want to have a checklist of success, I kind of checked all those boxes. But what people didn't know, and my sister and I have a very similar story in this respect, we were drowning in debt, $80,000 worth of law school loans in a house we were losing, because we signed up around the time of a little bit after the time that everything collapsed, like the US economy collapsed. Everything in our life collapsed at that time. We were borrowing money from our parents. I mean, it was embarrassing. It was overwhelming. It was stressful. And I saw these people in this room making this thing a business. And I was like, what is going on? But whatever it is they're doing, I'm in, because this can change our lives. And so fast forward, the day that completely my mindset had an aha moment, light bulb went off. This is it, Christina, wake up, go for it, was the day that I sat at my desk. It was a Thursday. I'll never forget it. I was writing I used to pay my bills at work. Do you guys do that? I used to do that. I used to take like 20 minutes at the beginning of the day and like pay all my bills at work. And I checked our bank account, and I could send to this one Capital One credit card. I swear I'll never forget this, Becky. It's the one that we paid off for years after your bachelorette party. Oh my gosh, I paid that thing for like 15 years. I could pay $200 to that credit card instead of the minimum payment, because on Thursdays we get paid in Beachbody. And I was like, what? It's on. It's on. I want it all. I'm one of those people, and my sister too, and I know Tara and Jennifer as well. Like, I want it all. I want it all. I'm gonna do it. I want the trips. I want the money. I want the abs. I want to get fit. I want to have fun. I want to do this. Give it to me. And I just put my head down and I got to work. And I've had wild ups and downs in the business. It's, this business doesn't look like this, like a straight trajectory. Neither does your fitness journey. Understand that. 2 years ago, ask these ladies who've been, doing this with us and watching through social media, 20-pound weight gain because I just got lazy, and that happens. But then guess what? Boom, I had the tools, the strategies, the coach, the team to get back on track. And that's part of the beauty of this business. And so fast forward, I don't practice law anymore. I have to drop the income disclaimer. Beachbody doesn't guarantee anyone's success, but life changed. Life completely changed in every way that I could humanly describe it. And I have to thank my sister, my coach, for introducing me to this opportunity. And so I want you to thank the person that invited you here, because guess what? Number one, they were probably scared as hell to invite you to watch this call. But number two, understand that they see something in you that is powerful, that could potentially like change your life. You might not see it yet, but they do. And number three, that this can potentially like revolutionize who you are and get you healthy, get you fit, and then help your families financially. So welcome to our sneak peek. This is how it's going to roll tonight. My sister Becky is going to share her story now and talk about how we earn, right? Her income story and how you can step into this role as a coach and earn, what starts as a part-time business that could potentially lead to something more if you choose. And then Tara is going to talk to you. She's going to tell her story too, and then talk to you about what we do as coaches, because you see from the outside looking in, posts on social media and things like that. But what do we actually do? What is our like driving force? What are our vital behaviors? And then what are the tools that we have to help you grow your business? And then Jennifer, who recently joined our team and literally just like stepped on the gas pedal and went, in her business, is going to share her experience as a newer Diesel Nation coach and how this opportunity has already changed her life from a different kind of perspective, but as someone that recently came into our team. So Becky, I'm going to turn it over to you to talk about your story and our income opportunity.
All right, thank you so much, Chris. So it's funny because I was thinking today, and actually while she was speaking, how much intertwined our success stories are. So for me, I'm not going to go all the way back, but I've always been into fitness. I've had a lot of, body image issues throughout my life that I always turned to fitness, even as a child, as a form of, taking control. And so I had kids, and I didn't really want kids because I thought I was going to get fat. But then I had two back-to-back kids. So I was in kind of a pickle, right? Because I'm like, okay, so my body is nothing like it was before I had kids, which I did have a six-pack, in case some of you were wondering. I did have a six-pack before kids. I'm like, how am I going to lose this donut thing that's like around my belly button, which was, I couldn't stand it. And luckily, my best friend had P90X at home, and she was like, well, I think you're gonna love it. You love weights, you've always loved strength training. I know you don't have time to go to the gym, but try it, let's see. I fell in love day one, and honestly, I look back at that decision to give something new a chance, which is what we're asking you to do too. I gave something new a chance, and I fell in love, and it really opened my mind to a greater existence. It challenged my body, it challenged my mind, it challenged my desire, it kept me pushing forward, setting goals, and kind of mimics my journey as a Beachbody coach, because there will be challenges and you have to face them head on, and you have to know that by a certain time you want to reach a certain point. And that's what I kept doing. And honestly, by 5.5 months after I started P90X, I had back into my pre-pregnancy jeans. I even wore a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader costume to Halloween. My son was literally a tiny little baby, and I had mini abs coming out, and I felt so amazingly sexy and confident. Like, I didn't even want to take the damn costume off at the end of the night. I was like, well, but why can't I just wear this like all the time? I was so proud of myself, and that kind of rolled into my life, that confidence in my body, and that I had two kids under two. Well, literally they were like 16 months and a baby, and I kept pushing play. But at the same time, like Christy was saying, the financial markets, we bought into this house that was way too expensive. The mortgage rates changed. We're like, what are we gonna do? We had a nanny, we had two kids. We were like, the money just was not enough at the end of the month. And my job, a job that I loved, I was an estimator for a construction company. I also identified with my job. I like going against the grain, right? I'm the small, I'm gonna say I'm pretty. I know, if it's okay. Sometimes I don't like to say that, but here's a really petite, small woman stepping into a construction site and putting together estimates and going to meetings. And I liked that role. I liked being in that environment. And yet, things started to change. The company changed. We weren't getting raises, like with construction tanking and banking and everything in the United States was just so bad at that point, that I lost my passion for my job. I lost actually the vision to move forward. I thought I had capped out. I didn't know what I was going to do next. There was no way I was going to take my boss's position. So what a predicament. Our bills are growing, right? Every vacation, right, Chris, we would go to Disney and we put them on credit cards. Everything was on the credit card, hoping and praying that at Christmas we would get a bonus big enough to be able to pay something down enough to make a dent. And you know what? By 2010, when I was in the throes of insanity, which was insane, I literally had like an awakening, and I said, you know what? This is crap. This is not what I signed up for. This is not the life that we were meant to live. We're working hard. Why can't we keep up? You know, and Larry and I both have really good jobs. At that point, we're both working in construction, making good money. We could not keep up, borrowing money from our parents. You know, it was so embarrassing. And I said, this is enough's enough. I'm not going to depend on my employer anymore. And that's when I started putting it out in the universe that I wanted to start a business. And luckily one day I saw a Facebook post from the Insanity fan page, and I commented that I should make money from the amount of people that I refer to Beachbody. And that's when it happened. That's when my eyes opened to the opportunity, and it changed my life. Just like Christy said, it changed my body, it's changed my growth, it changed my mind, our finances, our future, the way we just are. It's changed everything. And I started small, you know, part-time. I wanted to make $50 a week to help pay for diapers. That was the goal. And I had that goal from the moment I signed up. And I remember the first sale, my sister helped me make that sale. And when I saw that I had made $30 for selling a P90X, I was like, what? I want more. And that's when I said, you know what, if I broke it down, if I can help 2 people, up 1 person every single week, I can earn enough money to cover the Costco bill, which was the diapers. So, you know, I think right now, what could $200 potentially help you with? Extracurricular activities, your groceries, a car payment, portion of your gas, maybe your rent or mortgage, doing your nails, something. It's worth something in your life. And, you know, every brick that I laid has gotten me to the next goal. And when I got the $50, I lifted the bar and I kept pushing forward. And guys, like my sister said, we cannot guarantee anybody's success in this business, but we worked damn hard and we did it part-time. And we grew an amazing team because we took one step every single day to be better, to hone in our skills, to just to the desire to pass this forward to you so that you can experience some level of success in this business that will make an impact on your family. And everybody's goals are different. I didn't realize I wanted to leave my job until a year in. But that's when I really hit the ground running, when I decided like, missing my kids' events was not okay anymore. And I was like, I have the opportunity. It's here. Why not hit it a little harder, set the goal to replace my income? And I did that in 2013. And, you know, we've never looked back. It's just been an incredible blessing. I just want you to open your eyes and not look at why you can't succeed, but look at all the reasons why you can. Because we're all individual, we're all different. We all bring different things to the table. I may have a 6-pack, but not every Beachbody successful coach has one, so that you don't need that. You don't need to be a trainer. You don't need to be a certified nutritionist. None of that. You just have to have the desire to make an impact on other people and to improve your own life. So you may be wondering how we earn. So the first way, which is how you're going to initially start earning some income, and I want you to start thinking about the people in your life that you know right now, family, close friends, best friends, siblings, parents that need to make a shift in their health and fitness. Maybe they just need Shakeology. Like, that was an invitation that I did to my sister. I think this would benefit you. I know you don't have time, but I invited her to try Shakeology and she loved it. I then invited my mom to try Shakeology and she loved it. So those are the people you need to start out right now, because those will be your quick wins. And if you can think of 3 people right now, you could cover the cost of your investment to join. Just think about it that way. There's people all over the place that need that, and you'll earn 25% commission off every sale of all our products. And our catalog is huge. and every year it grows, which I love because it's never just the repetition of the same stuff over and over again. Now we have beach bars, and we have the performance line, and we have Shakeology. We're not just Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology. We have a lot more that you can present to different kinds of people that will actually, it'll suit their needs. The next thing, which a lot of you are already familiar with, are the challenge packs. And that's a great deal for the customer and the coach, because everyone there is getting a good deal. The customer is getting tons of discount because they're bundling products. The coaches are getting a higher commission rate. So that's another level of commission. Now, subscriptions like Beachbody On Demand, 50%. So if you have people who just want to join the streaming service, that's a great way for you to start exposing them to our amazing line of fitness programs. And guys, just as a note, I've done 25 Beachbody programs. I'm on my 26th. So if, like Jeff Hill, our ex-VP, used to say, if success leaves clues, you got to do the damn thing. You got to work out. You got to work on yourself. We are our greatest advertisement. So work on yourself, and not that you have to look perfect. No, you just have to work to be better every single day. Okay, next thing. So we have now the more advanced ways of earning. It's more detailed information, but I'm just gonna give you just some tidbits so that you see that it's not just retail sales. As you grow a team like Christina and I have, you have the ability to start earning income based on the productivity of your team. I'm not going to go into all the formulas, but it is residual income. And as the team produces and you bring in people who are in the trenches working with you to change lives, we all, start to earn income. And it's a beautiful thing, because not only one person, we all do. So, that's why this is a team sport, and building a team with people who are on your same vibe, who love what you do, it always works to your benefit. We also have Star Diamond bonus pools. So again, leadership, as the company, every quarter, they take all the earnings and they kind of disperse it amongst the top leaders who have qualified for these pools. And it's a lot. It can be a lot of money. It's very, very lucrative. So also it's a great way to look at it. The better you hone in on your leadership skills, the more you can earn. And, that's it, right? Yeah. Okay, so again, just the disclaimer, income potential is there, but it's up to you and your level of dedication and commitment to the business. And I think that's it. Oh, and in case you're wondering if shy people can do this, I used to be shy. I'm going to say I used to be shy because I used to be terrified of speaking, but I worked through it. And as long as you want more for your life, you will do whatever it takes.
Amen, sister. So those leadership bonus pools, I've been saying the story of when I was practicing law, and every December they would call us individually into this conference room, and all the suits were sitting around the table, and they would say, Christina, you've done a great job and the clients love you and you're getting results, but you just missed your billable hour requirements. And so this year you're not getting a bonus, but we know you'll be back next year. And I would literally walk out the door. This is obviously I was already building my Beachbody business. I would close the door and I would shoot him the bird, because I had just given myself my own bonus through our leadership bonus pool. And so I know people struggle with that, right? That they feel overworked and underpaid all the time, especially teachers, right, Tara? So it's a very common story. So think like that, think, how can this thing help me? How can it help my family? I used to think success looked like a box, like be a lawyer, get in the box, be successful. There you go. But it can look very different. So thank you, Becky. All right, Tara, it is your turn, girlfriend. Just let me know when you want me to pull up your presentation.
Okay. So it's funny because as a teacher, we get like 6 cents raises, and it's almost like a slap in the face. Like, don't even give me anything, because it's like a slap in the face. But I'm Tara. I'm a mom of 3 boys. I have an 11, an 8, and a 4-year-old. I have been a teacher for 15 years. And as of this year, I'm now a Beachbody coach full time. So my story started A while ago. It's kind of funny how everything goes into place and to lead you to where you're supposed to be at the moment that you're supposed to be at it. Because I mean, I personally wish that this opportunity would have come at me years ago, but everything happened for a reason so that I'm in this exact same moment. But I was always like that skinny girl growing up, and I would eat junk food, literally junk food. I don't think I ever ate anything healthy, but I would stay a twig, and everybody would always tell me, oh, Tara, it's going to catch up to you. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I swear, like, as soon as I hit my 20s, it started packing on, and I was clueless as to what to do in terms of losing weight. I never dieted. I didn't like exercising. I didn't know what to do. And then pack on, I was married and trying to have babies, and I had a few miscarriages in there that added on a few extra 15, 20 pounds. I ended up having 2 very large babies. I gained about 70 and 65 pounds with them. And by the time, by the time that I was 30, I had literally like doubled my weight in a decade. Like from my 20s to my 30s, I had literally just, my whole 20s was just spent doubling weight. And I had tried everything to lose weight. I mean, like, you tell me every fad diet out there, I have done it. I have taken every pill, every potion, every injection. I had saran wrapped myself and gone into like these infrared cages things to try to lose weight. I was trying everything because me, diet and exercise, I knew nothing of that. And finally, I mean, I would lose like a couple pounds here and there, but finally I was like, okay, I remember seeing like a Groupon for a boot camp, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like just dabble into this. And it's actually funny because I shared it with some friends, and then they started going, and I kind of go back to that, and I'm like, that's what we do now, but I'm going to get to that. But it's kind of funny how that is exactly how we started our businesses here. But I started losing the weight, and I ended up losing 90 pounds. And I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, I was just going and working out and eating right, and I was losing weight. And that led me to there's like a mosquito in here. This is going to drive me crazy. That led me to be called inspiring. You know, like, people were telling me, oh, that's such an inspiring story that you lost 90 pounds. But I didn't have any tools to offer people to help them do the same thing. I was just like, I don't know. I just started, moving my body and eating these green things, and, things started slowly coming off. And then fast forward a few years, and I was my early 30s. I was going through a divorce. I was over $100,000 in debt to myself, like up there in the 100,000. I had 2 kids, and I was on a teacher's income. I'm just going to leave that right there. You can figure that income out yourself. But I was facing bankruptcy. There's no way. I couldn't even pay my bills. My car was repossessed. I mean, it was like everything was just what happened, and I turned to my passion, which was then, fitness and getting healthy. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be a personal trainer. And so I went and I got certified as a personal trainer. But who are we kidding? I don't have time to trade more time for money. You know what I mean? Like, when am I going to train people? Like, I'm working a full-time job. I've got these kids. Like, it was just, so it was like a little fun little hobby that I had going on for a little bit. And then I ended up getting pregnant with my 3rd son, my miracle baby. And when he was born, I was like, okay, I've got to get back to the gym. Like, I actually just made a post about this, how I was like, kind of like Becky. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose all my hard work. I just got off 90 pounds and I'm pregnant. I'm going to gain it all back. And I did. I gained like 55 pounds with him, even working out during the pregnancy. And I was like, okay, ready to get back to the gym. I've got to get this weight off. And I took him to the kids club, and he was not having any part of it. And it's so funny because if you know him now, it's exactly how he is. He was not having any part of it. And so I say, like, oh, he knew that this was going to be our thing, because now he's like my biggest workout buddy, and it's awesome. It's our thing that we do together. But he wasn't having any part of it. I'd leave him with my mom, and he would cry the whole time. That guilt would sink in, and I would just be like, okay, I don't know what to do. So I started working out at home, doing my own thing, with him next to me, and he was happy. But I was bored. I was really bored because I'm just doing lunges and bicep curls. And I'm like, I didn't have any tools, so I'm just doing whatever I can do at home. And that's when I didn't know anything about Beachbody. But I started hearing about like this 21-day fix. And like me, I'm like a Google queen. So I'm like, okay, let me start Googling what this is all about. And I start coming across Beachbody and 21-day fix. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, this is pretty awesome. And I actually had like P90X burned DVDs years before, but I didn't even know that there was any business opportunity related to it or anything else, the community support and all of that goes with it. And I kept on coming across Diesel Nation and Christina Delgado's name. And I'm like, why is it? It's just funny how the universe was just like attracting me over into this team. And I just loved the momentum. I loved everything that I was seeing about it. And I cold messaged Christina Delgado on Facebook, didn't even know her. And I was like, I have some questions. And we got on the phone and I just drilled her with questions. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is everything that I need for myself. And also like, I have this drive inside of me that I want to help other people because I was like telling them, yeah, I just work out and eat better and I'm losing weight, and I wanted to be able to give people something. And I was lonely too, because I was working out at home. I was on maternity leave. It was just me and my baby at the time. And I was like, oh, there's like a whole community too. Like this is just a dream come true for me. And that was 3.5 years ago. And I hit the ground running. And I rank advanced fast. I was making money. And then I had to go back to work. And then it was just like, I'm overwhelmed. And I'm telling you the God's honest truth here. I'm not going to like sugarcoat it for you. I was overwhelmed. I was like, I don't have time for this. My laundry is piling up. Like, I just can't do this. And for a year, I worked on myself and I still worked out and I still drank my Shakeology every day. And I was still in all of the team pages and everything. And I'm watching all these people have success. And I'm like, but it's just not for me. And I was just, in my own little pity party for one. And I was going through the realms of I was going through the whole bankruptcy process. And I was just in a really bad place myself. And I was literally just getting more and more buried and more into rock bottom. Exactly 1 year later, so it was 2.5 years ago, I was lost. Like, I was like, now I don't even have credit cards to go back on. Like, I have all these things that I need, all of these things that I want to give my kids. And now that I have already gone through the process of bankruptcy, I don't even have a credit card to put anything on. So talk about living paycheck to paycheck. I was driving around in my mom's like old car. But like, if anything went wrong with it, what am I going to pay? How am I going to pay for that? I don't even have a credit card to put it on. So I needed something to change. So that was exactly 1 year after I signed up as a coach that I reached back out to Christina, and she gave me the greatest little one-liner tough love sentence. And I was like, you know what? You're right. You're right. Like, I need to make this work. And it was that conscious decision that I needed this to work, not just for me, but for my kids. I was already in the working out and working on me and lost the baby weight and everything, but I needed something more for my family. Like, I can't live on a teacher's income with 3 children. It was just not possible. And I decided just to go all in. And I remember sitting there thinking, I'm going, how am I going to inspire people when I am in like such a, like, not a great place? Like, I'm not an inspiring person. I'm at rock bottom. I just got out of a bankruptcy, and how am I going to do this? But I just said, you know what? I'm going to be real and raw and share it. And who knew that driving force was in me all along. And it just took me that conscious decision to bring it out of me and say, no, Tara, you've got to make this work. Like, you have to. I had already, gone and gotten my master's degree. I'd gotten Dashley board certified as a teacher. I had maxed out anything I could do as a teacher. I needed this to work. And it was my passion. I loved helping other women. And I was already doing all of the work. I was working out and drinking the shake and joining in on the challenge groups. I'm like, okay. So I worked this business in just little pockets of time. I didn't have a lot of time. I didn't sit down for an hour, 2 hours. It was just little pockets of time. My laundry baskets would grow. And what? The kids were getting fed. I was now able to take them to Disney World. I was now able to buy a car. So what if the socks stayed wrinkled? Like, there was just little pockets of time that I would work this business. And everything changed, like everything. It was just like I said, like I was able then to get my own car because my income was growing, my credit was growing. I was able to take them on trips, and this year I was able to take them on the cruise that we just had, our Success Club trip. I took all 3 of my boys on their very first cruise, paid for by Beachbody, and now they're like, they love Beachbody. Now they're like, oh, are we going on another Beachbody trip? Are we doing this? It's just, it includes them, and it shows it allows them to be a part of my lifestyle. And I love it. I love it. And this school year, I was able to step away from teaching. That is crazy, because at first I was just looking for a way to add an extra income for a safety net and to be able to do extra things with my kids, to now I was able to walk away from teaching. And my kids were in daycare from like 6 months on. And this year I took my 4-year-old out of school, and we have had the most amazing year. I mean, I drop off the big kids at school and I'm like, hey, you want to go to the beach? And we just go and we sit at the beach and I work my business right there on my phone, and it is amazing. So, I mean, if you don't do it for you, think about who else you can help in your life, whether it be the family or other people that you can help health-wise. I mean, just don't hold it in, don't keep it to yourself. And I want to say that, it is work, and you do have to find little bits of time, but it's not like hard, tedious work. It's not like paperwork like I was writing and while as a teacher. It is fun work. Like I get to interact with other women all day, and and it's fun, but it is work. It does take time, but you will find the time when you see how exciting this opportunity can be and how much it can change your life and other people's lives. So on that note, I'm going to get into the what we do. So Christina, you can pull that up. This is what we do as coaches. We are real people who are achieving real results while making a real impact. So like it was said before, you don't have to be a personal trainer. You don't have to be a nutritionist. Literally all the tools are given to us, and we are helping other people utilize these tools. So we are just connecting people. And our mission is to help people achieve their goals and live a healthy and happy lifestyle. And these are our vital behaviors. These are the 4 things that when we teach our new coaches what to do, this is exactly what we teach them to do. First, you be a proof that the products work. Like that was said earlier, you need to do the programs. We have tons of products that you can use, and I'll get into those in a little bit as well. But you need to use them. You can't sit there and tell other people, hey, work out, but I'm going to go sit over here and eat Oreos. You have to do it. And you get an amazing results from these programs, and the consistency that you get from them, because you're able to do them, even the workouts, in little pockets of time. I mean, we have things, people tell me, oh, but I don't have time. Well, we have 10-minute workouts. I mean, we have everything for everybody. We also connect, invite, and follow up. And thanks to this new world, we can do most of that online. I don't get out of the house that much. I'm not going to lie. So if it involved me going and meeting people out and about, it's not going to happen. But we have this social media out there that you can connect, invite, and follow up. And when I started this, I did not have a huge following. I swear I'm like an introvert at heart, and I just did not have a lot of following then. And through the process of becoming a coach, I've gained more and more people that are following me. So don't think like, oh, I can't do it because I only have 200 followers on my social media. I think that's what I had when I started. So it happens. So we connect with people online. We invite them to join us. And this is what I was saying, like when I started this, my weight loss journey, I literally started by joining a boot camp I saw on Groupon, and I shared it with like a few friends, because I think it was like, if you refer 3 people, you get it for free, and I was cheap. And I referred some people, and who knew, they came. So it's just the same thing. It's like, hey, I'm starting this workout program. I want you to join me. And you do it with them. It's not like you're telling them what to do. You're doing it with them. And then we follow up with people. We also help people get results. So once people sign up, we are right there doing it with them. We have challenge groups and online communities. We have all the tools. We're helping them. We're giving them all the tools to succeed. All they have to do is really do it. The only way to fail is to not do a program. That's really it. And then we do personal development, which I know sounds like, oh, that's so, cheesy, like whatever, but it's really awesome. Like for me, I find that the Audible, like podcasts and books on tape and all of that work great for me when I'm sitting in the car line pickup for my kids. Who knew? Because my kids always went to aftercare, that I would have to get to school like 45 minutes early and sit in line. So that is an awesome time for me to work on my personal development. I turn something on the radio. I'll usually eat like a little snack in the car, and that's like my personal development time. And I love it. It's like kind of like the calm before the storm too, before I pick up all the kids from school. But that's my time. Next slide, please, Christina. And then these are our tools. So we have a lot of tools. I keep saying that we have tools and we're connecting people with tools. So we have, for the fitness side, we have our Beachbody On Demand app, and it's literally just an app. You can open it on your phone, if you have like an Apple TV or any TV that connects to the internet. You can even pull it up on the website, and it's just a click, 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 and you go straight to your workouts. And when I started, it was DVDs, and we used to have like commercials. You'd have to like fast forward through them and everything. Now it's just literally like click, click, and your workout plays. So there's like no downtime. Like you have 30 minutes to work out, perfect. There's no travel, there's no downtime. You get right to it. And there's over 500 workouts on there. There's fitness programs for all age, fitness levels, and genders. So we even have programs for you to do with kids. We have programs that have no impact because some people might have, let's say, knee injuries or something along those lines. We have something for everybody. And I also like to ask people, like, what do you like? Because you want to do workouts that you like. Like, I'm not a huge cardio person. I like weightlifting. So when I do the cardio programs, it's kind of like dragging on. But when I do the weightlifting programs, it's fun and exciting. So I also like to ask people what they like, because you want to have them, sign up with what they like or pick a program they like. And then you have daily support from your challenge group and boot camps. We have another app that is literally like a Facebook group, a private group, but it's on its own platform where you can log your workouts, you can log your nutrition, and it's all private. The only people in there are the people that the coach has invited. And you just support, motivate, and empower one another, and it's fun. And it's like the missing link with the fitness and the nutrition and the support. And then on the nutrition side, we have a ton of products. We have Shakeology, which is our daily dose of dense nutrition. It's our superfoods. It's what gives us all the nutrients that you're lacking in your diet. I personally love to eat, but I know that I don't eat perfectly, and that is what gives me all of the nutrients that I'm slacking on. We have performance products and supplements. I'm just gonna drop our pre-workout is the best thing ever. When I was going to the gym before, I used to try all the pre-workouts, including the ones that would make you like get the shakes and all that stuff. Our pre-workout is plant-based, and it is amazing. It is a life like changer right there, as well as some post-workouts and some electrolyte supplements and such. We even have a pediatrician approved superfood smoothie. My 4-year-old, who does not eat anything but carbs, no lie, French fries, pizza, bread, doesn't eat anything green. If you ask him what he eats that's healthy, it's a banana and only a banana. That is the only thing he eats that comes from the earth. And listen, he's the third child. I've tried. I'm tired. But he will drink a milkshake, his milkshake, which is his daily sunshine, every single day. Sometimes I have to stop him because he'll want 2 or 3 a day. And I'm like, no, buddy, like you need to eat some real food here. But it's amazing. We have our portion fixed container system, which just got completely revamped and is amazing. We have our 2 nutrition programs and certification programs for coaches. So even if somebody is saying that they don't want to work out, or maybe they have their own fitness program, we also just provide the nutritional support for people too. We have meal plans. We have a nutrition app, and in there's like a gazillion and one recipes and all kinds of support for anybody. We have vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free friendly meal plans. So like when I say we have something for everybody, we have something for everybody. And in terms of support, we have those private challenge groups. That's what I was talking about earlier, and that's on the My Challenge Tracker app. And as for coaches, one of the questions is, oh, but I sign up. Well, what do I do? Don't worry. We literally have everything laid out for you. We have our Coach Online office, which is provided from Beachbody. And in there's tons of trainings and resources for you to get knowledge on everything about coaching. Even what to do in the first 30 minutes, in the first 30 days, like it lays it out for you. We also have our Diesel Nation Academy that Christina and Becky have put together, which is a self-paced program, but it literally covers everything. I mean, you can like knock it out in a week, or you can take your time on it. It's completely up to you, but it has everything down to even like, what do you post on Instagram? I mean, everything lays out on there. We have our private team pages. That's where you can go and learn about anything that's up and coming, ask questions, get support. And we, like it says here, seriously, all the support you could need to succeed, we literally lay it out for you. So that's pretty much it for what we do as coaches. Christina, back to you.
Thank you, Tara. That was so amazing. I love hearing your story. It gives me chills. And thank you for sharing what we do in such a great way and condensed way. Becky, would you like to do the honors and introduce Jennifer?
All right, I'm so excited. So Jennifer and I started chatting a couple months ago, and honestly, we had several calls. I wanted to get to know her. She wanted to get to know me. And I just felt the connection because just like Christina and I have always hustled for whatever we wanted. We hustled, and we always were told as kids, like, you got to work hard for whatever you want and just make it happen. And I felt that same energy from her. She's very smart. She thinks outside the box. She's always hustled for everything she's had. And I just knew that she was going to be a great fit for our team. And she signed up in April and has just completely like hit the ground running. And I'm super proud of her. So I'm not going to share her story, but Jennifer, it's your chance now to share the love.
I love the background noise, doesn't it?
It's all right, don't worry.
Okay, so I signed up with Diesel Nation, Becky, on March 14th. So 6 weeks now. Yeah, I have it written down. But I'm going to rewind. I guess I should start with a little bit about me. I've always been a hustler. Like when I was little, my parents struggled a lot. So I used to sell like suckers at my school, and I started making so much profit that my friends wanted to do it. So I'd buy an extra bag and then they would sell it, and then we would split. It was crazy. So, and then after that, and like right after high school, I did the same thing with like the phones. Like my friends were all on them, so we all kind of split the bill. We all kind of shared it, right? So, sorry, I'm talking too fast. I've always been like I wanted to go to the military, and then I got denied after turning down like my partial scholarship for track to Washington University. So I turned that down, and then the military denied me because I had seizures when I was a little girl. So I got permanently rejected for that. And so I got stuck, and then I went to school to be a paramedic, and they were like, yeah, we'll pay you less than what you make at Lowe's as a cabinet designer. And I was like, why did I would drive to UCLA every day, well, 2 days a week, but it was like a full day class. So I got all these certifications, and then they wanted to pay me less to do that. So I was like, so then I was like, you know what, I got to do something else. So I started climbing the corporate ladder because I knew that Lowe's was going to get rid of commission, and that's a big part of the check. So I ended up as an operational manager at Lowe's. But by 25, I had my own home that I bought when I was 21. I was an operational manager for Lowe's. I loved it. I worked 60-hour weeks. I always dreamt when I was little of being a stay-at-home mom, but when was that going to happen? I saw my parents struggle, almost lose a house. Like, we could never ask them for anything. But you know, we would always go to the buffets because they were $7 all you could eat. So we were like having these health issues, but my parents were hungry growing up, so we always had food. So we were never hungry. So I wanted to make them proud. So I've always had the ambition, you know. Well, I met my husband at Lowe's. He was just a sexy tool man, and I was the cabinet girl. And I wouldn't talk to him because he was too sexy, and he talked to all the girls, so I wouldn't talk to him. And he said that he would try to talk to me, and I was like, "You did? Yeah, I'd come over to cabinets to talk to you." I was like, "Well, I thought you were throwing the trash away." No, I don't care about it. So anyways, I never even knew, right? he leaves. He goes to get his bachelor's. I'm still at Lowe's, and so we run into each other, and we start talking. Fast forward, he gets his PhD. I sell my house and move to Texas. I pay off the student loan, like whatever's left. I pay off my cars. My family's like, you're crazy. You sold your house. You moved across state, you know, for your boyfriend. And my grandma told me to do it, and she was on her deathbed. And like, I told her like, I want to go. And everybody tells me I should do it. And so she's like, follow your heart. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. And so I did. And I used to listen to books, like personal development books. Like, I think the reason I bought a house at 21 was because I listened to Rich Dad Poor Dad. I was like, he's genius. And like, I went for it, you know? So my husband got a great job out here in San Diego. He's a polymer chemist. And so he's like, it's your turn to stay home, because I was pregnant. And yeah, so working 60-hour weeks to being a stay-at-home mom will drive you nuts because you can't go to the bathroom in peace. You don't get a lunch break. You don't get paid. You have to get up at night. So I used to get up at 2 in the morning to get ready to drive an hour to go open the store at 4 in the morning. But now it's like I had trouble nursing. Anyway, so I worked out like and dropped the baby weight, and then got pregnant again. And so after I had my daughter, it was 3 months of just pity party. I could not stand the way I looked. I felt like I didn't know anybody out in San Diego. I felt like I was like starving myself and eating Fiber One bars and oatmeal, because I wanted to keep my milk supply up. So I was eating oatmeal, Fiber One bars, and water, and that was it. And I was heavier than at my heaviest when I was pregnant with either of my kids. And I remember going out to throw the trash away the last week of February, and the maintenance lady says, oh, when's the baby coming? I'm like, you know, she was born on Christmas. Like, I've been talking to you all year, and here it is the last week of February. And I was like, that's it. Like, something has to change. And because I used to be like a big gym rat, I used to follow a bunch of personal trainers on Facebook, because my Instagram had 100 followers, because I was only on there for my sister. And so 2 years ago, I signed up with this personal trainer who was doing Beachbody, but she wasn't really in it. Like, her heart wasn't in it. She was in it for the income, all to her. But any of my ideas, I would feel shamed, and like I felt like I didn't have systems, I didn't have tools, I didn't know. Like, I felt like I was robbing my coaches of like knowledge. Like, I know there's a way to do this. I know there's a checklist. If they can do it, we can do it. So how do we do it? And like, I couldn't provide that because I didn't know. And I spent every second I could. Like, even now I'll get up at 3:30, 4 in the morning, because that's how I am. I like to take care of me before the kids wake up at 6:30, and my kids wake up early. And if they wake up, I feel behind. Like, they need me. Hey, can I brush my teeth? Like, give me a second, like, you know? So I don't like starting the day off like that. That's one of the reasons I get up so early. And so, anyway, so after feeling discouraged from my own, like, mentor, I felt like something's got to change. And so it's funny because I hear all these people say that they go to Indianapolis and they meet their upline and they're like, this is where I belong. And that's kind of what happened and not what happened. So I met my upline in the flesh, and I was like, this is not right. She's like, you're wearing that? We got to go change. I'm like, no, I'm wearing this. This is what I want to wear. So you can leave me by myself. And this is what happened. True story. She left to go change. And I was like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you. And I like to network because we can all learn from each other. And I ran into Becky, and I had been following Becky and Christina. I had messaged them on Instagram, like coach questions. And they helped me, knowing that I was a coach, that they could not benefit from me at all. Like, never in a million years that I think, like, I would dream of being on this call right now. Like, it doesn't happen, because if you leave the network, then you leave, right? Like, so anyways, I said, can I bother you for a picture? And Becky said, oh, what did you say? You said, don't be silly, you're not bothering me. And then she like waved, probably her husband or somebody, come take a picture of us. Like, and then she was so nice, like, it's not a bother, don't be silly. Yeah, come here, come take a picture of us. And it was so like heartwarming. Like, it was amazing. And I was like, I belong here. And anyways, I kept, went home, kept doing what I was doing. My son had like a massive surgery, and then he had to recover, which Daily Sunshine, he would drink it like 3 times a day. That's our smoothie. The surgeon loves it. He's like, they need 50 grams of protein to help like fix the mouth, because he had a submucous cleft palate. So it was like a really big surgery. And so he lived on that because it was liquid diet, 6 weeks. If it was Jello or anything that plopped, it was too thick. So it's life. I love it. So anyways, after a while, it was just not a healthy relationship where I was. So like Tara, I guess, except for she didn't leave, but I left the company. I left. And I kept helping my people. Like, if you have an account, whether it's free or it's not free, maybe you're not under me, maybe, you're under somebody else, but you don't have community, let's all like just work together. It's fine. Like, just like Christina and Becky, like, I love helping people. Like, even at the end of the day, we're still helping each other. Like, we're a community. And so fast forward, I am was really bad at tracking. I am working on it. I track my nutrition, I track my fitness, but I did not track my bank account because for so long I was doing so well. Like, my own allowance used to be $500 a week. I used to give myself $500 a week before I had kids. So now I have $500 for groceries, diapers, everything. It's like a month, bi-weekly, but still, it's like, what am I going to do with all this? So I didn't realize, I insert Beachbody disclaimer, I didn't realize I was making $1,000 a month, like average, okay, before I had left, but I wasn't really didn't know what I was doing. So I didn't have the right strategies. And so when I left, I had to take my son out of gymnastics. We couldn't renew our gym membership. I couldn't take them to Disneyland. I couldn't throw my daughter her second birthday party, and my dad stepped in and said, no, she's going to have it. You guys spent all this money on your son. Like, you got it. And she's my dad's, little angel. So my dad paid for my daughter's birthday party, and I didn't know this, but it started like this battle in my marriage. It's almost like my husband maybe felt betrayed that my dad paid for our daughter because we couldn't, even though he has a great job, And then my marriage was suffering so bad. Like, end of January, I was like, we have to go to counseling because this is over. And I don't want that. Like, I want this, I'm gonna fight. And I told everybody, I even talked about it on Instagram, like, you guys have to you have to exhaust all your resources before you give up. Don't give up. So if it's important, you won't. So I did. And it's crazy because my dad used to say when I left my job, he said, love is there, but when the money's tight and the money's gone, that love gets squeezed, and it you will feel suffocated. And I was like, no, Dad, no, that's not gonna happen to us. Yeah, he was right. And because my husband was carrying everything the whole way, and that's not right. And so I always like to contribute. So it's crazy because I started coaching. I signed back up March 14th. We are so freaking ecstatic. Like, things have never been better. Like, the marriage counseling help, the income's helping. Like, I feel fit, back in shape, because I couldn't afford my Shakeology when I stopped coaching. So I couldn't afford my Shakeology. I couldn't afford my husband's. I couldn't afford my kids' shakes. I couldn't afford the pre-workout and the protein, everything that I love to have. I'd pay more at the store, and it's not the same quality. I don't want that crap, and my husband's super picky because he's a chemist, so he didn't want that crap either. So I've been in the business 6 weeks, and now that I'm tracking, and Becky says, this is the system, this is the plan, this is what you want to do, why don't you break it down in baby steps? She's really good at doing that. Thank you, because I need that. I really do need that. It's like, well, how much you want to make? I don't know. I need a number. Well, this much. Okay, this is what you need to do. Oh, I can do that. Okay, I can do that. So, instant disclaimer, in 6 weeks, I've made $1,400, and my mom has made over $100. My husband's made over $100. We went on a cruise to the Bahamas, all paid for. I'm drinking my shake. My kids are in heaven with the protein bars. Like, I'm connected to all these people, you know, doing what? Working on myself and talking to people that I love to talk to, working with Becky and Christina and this amazing freaking team that has the same heart to want to help others, even if, oh, well, we're not getting anything from it. Yeah, we are. We're getting life. This is life. Life isn't meant to be like, what do I get from it? That's not right. That's not right. And so I know that, like Tara said, the universe brings me full circle because I belong right here. And I'm so glad that I did the personal development, which is part of the vital behaviors, because I wanted to leave. And they're like, major businesses, they leave, they come back, they leave, they come back, they do what's right, they do what feels right, and you gotta just do it. Why are you waiting? It's gonna take longer. Why are you waiting? I'm like, yes, every day I would hear it on the podcast, on the personal development. Like, I know. I did it. One day I was like, that's it. I can't take your insults no more. I'm out of here. And I did it. And I'm like, it's a dream. It's a freaking dream. So.
Wow. I loved hearing your story because Becky had shared, you know, your story with me, but there's nothing like hearing it straight from the horse's mouth. You're like, gosh, that is so inspiring. And we love that you're here, part of the family. And so you guys, it's 9:30. I said we're going to be done in an hour. So we're almost there, but you got to bear with me for 5 more minutes. Jennifer said something that brings up a really, really good point, and that is the team. And so let me just take a second and give you kind of like what we stand for, who we are. And when Becky and I set out to build this team, which almost happened by accident because at the beginning we didn't quite understand what we were doing. We knew one thing though. We didn't really know how to build the business, but we knew how we wanted the business to feel to us and to those that came and joined us on this journey. And that was for it to feel like a family. So I want everyone to understand that once you step into Diesel Nation, you've joined an extended family. We care for each other. We love each other. Jennifer's in San Diego. We're here in South Florida, but we have coaches all over the United States, Canada, the UK even. But we know each other. When we're at Summit, we host this huge luncheon. Oh, there's Cheeky. We do things. We cheer each other on at all levels of the business. And I want you to understand that. It's from the discount coach, which I was when I signed up, to someone that does this as a hobby, a part-time business, to people like us that are like all in, want everything out of this business, are going to take what we can from this opportunity financially, the community, the fitness, the health, everything. We are one big family. There's my chaser. That's my nephew, by the way, my godson. And this is how we roll. Hey, babe, this is family. We all know each other's kids' names. Like, this is just how it is. But it's important that you understand that we are very diverse. We have people on our team from every walk of life, every, obviously, gender, every religion, every profession, everything that you can think of. And we are very proud of that. That is one thing that when we started to build this business, we didn't want this to be some like elitist club, like this exclusive thing. We wanted it to be inclusive. So our discount coaches are important. The ones that are just on the journey for themselves, or our elite coaches, our million club members, all that stuff. Everybody on that spectrum is important to us. So this is like an unwritten rule in the business, not really a rule. It's kind of a way of explaining the business and the different levels. There is the discount, right? So I want you to understand that as a coach and you becoming a coach, when you sign up, you get 25% off of our products. That's important. It's important to the 4 of us because, I mean, you heard Jennifer rattle off all the products that she consumes in her home. I mean, I think all of us probably the same. We consume Shakeology, Performance Line, bars, Energize, probably too much Energize, but that 25% goes a long way in helping us save money. Right, so we do that. We do pay a $15.95 business fee as a coach. Now think of that as your overhead. Every business has overhead. $15.95 is legit a drop in the bucket compared to what we get, or in return for what we get. We have a coach online office. Tara kind of shared some of the things that Beachbody gives, which is a coach online office, the nutrition apps, the My Challenge Tracker app. We do not carry inventory. While we have what we consume, you will never find me shipping bags of Shakeology to my customers. Beachbody does that. We have a great ordering system now called Share a Cart. So all you do is type in your customer's information, email, name, put together their shopping cart. Beachbody sends them an email. They click, buy, orders done, right? So all the tools that you get to build your business, you get that for $15.95 a month. And that's like amazing. And then, so you're probably wondering, okay, I'm inspired. I heard all these stories. I'm ready to get started at whatever level it is. Number one, I'm going to say, talk to your coach, because you need to discuss with that person the best way for you to sign up, because there's going to be a few people watching this call. You're going to have those that are already in a challenge group and have already purchased a challenge pack. You're going to have someone that perhaps just has Shakeology. And then you're going to have people watching this call maybe that you don't have anything yet. You just want to get started on your health journey and perhaps sign up as a coach as well. So you really got to talk to your coach. But I will say this, a challenge pack is the best way to get started. And the reason why is because a challenge pack generally has everything you need to be successful in your own personal journey. That's Beachbody On Demand. It could mean Ultimate Portion Fix, which is our new deep dive into the portion control containers. These things, I always have them here as my prop. I do use them, by the way. I just have another set in my kitchen. There's, and they usually have a Shakeology or performance line with it as well. And it is extremely discounted. I want everybody to understand that challenge packs are ridiculously discounted. So you want to make sure you do that. And if you're signing up as a coach, you don't have to pay the $40 coach sign up fee. So that's very important. And that comes with a challenge pack. So and you guys,
military doesn't pay monthly. Military.
Oh, that's right. That's a very, very good note. Active military, retired military. I think, Jennifer, can you help me here? Is it spouses?
So active military and spouses and veterans.
And veterans. Okay. They don't pay the sign-up fee, or, well, you get reimbursed, right? You have to submit some paperwork, and you don't pay the $15.95 monthly business fee, which is awesome. And Beachbody does that for our vets and for our military, which is awesome. It's great. So thank you for bringing that up. So you guys, it is time to go, and I'm going to just say this. Join us, because there's really no downside to joining this, because at a minimum, you're getting the tools, and Tara hit this like friggin' nail on the head. You're getting tools to be successful in your health and fitness that are foolproof, like literally foolproof. You've got all the nutrition systems. You have 2 nutritional theories that you can pick from, portion control, 2B mindset. You have world-class nutrition supplements, Shakeology, performance line, and then you have Beachbody On Demand that has everything you need in terms of fitness. It's and like Becky said, every 3 months, new program, 3 months. So what I love about this is I'm really never bored, and everybody likes different things. And so Tara can thrive with Lift 4. Becky will thrive with Transform 20. I will thrive with 21 Day Fix, and Jennifer will thrive with Body Beast or whatever program. And we're all happy. We're all doing this at home, and we're doing it with our kids running around, and it's just great, right? So that's at a minimum, you're getting that. But think bigger for your life. Think about what if. We're so conditioned to think of all the things that can go wrong. Think of all the things that can go right if you say yes to this. You get a community, you get a challenge group, you get a coaching team, you get a mentor that has walked the walk before you and is going to be able to help you in a lot of different ways of life. We're a family. We go through things. We go through bad things together. We go through good things together. And then at the same time, you can actually help your family financially. Think of that thing that can unburden your family, can lift. I always refer to it as the elephant on your shoulders. What is that thing? For me, it was that massive amounts of debt that we were in. And little by little, you could hack away at that. You can help your family with this opportunity, and it can be life-changing. So I want to see you guys on Diesel Nation. I want you to say yes, because nothing good ever came from saying no. Think about that. Simmer on that one for a little bit. So say yes. join Diesel Nation. We can't wait to welcome you onto the team. Ladies, you were amazing tonight. Great job. And see you later, everybody. Talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.